Hello, it's Archie Luxury, and you are on the Archie Luxury live stream channel. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is the Archie Luxury live stream. Today we're talking watch talk and collecting themes. Themes. That's right, guys. Watch collecting themes. What are you guys up to today, hey? We've got an unboxing. We have got Chief Tit. We want to get Chief Tit on. He's just got a magnificent watch. And I dare say it's a one and done. It is a fantastic piece of kit. Guys, we're gearing up. My God, Christmas is nearly here. You know, next week is Christmas Day. Christmas Day. Oh my God, it's coming so fast. It's furious fast, and it is almost here. Almost here, guys. That's right, it's almost here. Rich Buddy, jump on the stream. I would love to talk to Rich Buddy. Rich Buddy, man, I haven't seen you in ages. I'd love to talk watches with you. What's happening in your world, man? Has he still got the Porsche? The Porker? He had the yellow 911 4S. What a great goal there. What a great car. What an absolute cracker of a car. Let's start a poll. Do you collect watches with a theme in mind? We'll talk about that very, very soon. We'll just get this poll going here. We've got some people. We've got Chief Tit on. Chief Tit is joining us today. Chief Tit, man, wow. It is an honor to have you on. You're wearing the polar. I can see the polar there. My God, what a beautiful.
Yes. How are you, Arch?
Hey, man, that's a fantastic watch to wear there. And just very quickly, we've got one super chat. Frank V, $5. Let's get the unboxing already. Yes, we've got an unboxing. We will get onto that very soon. I've got to tell you, man, I'm really proud of you. You got a bluesy. It's a magnificent watch. How do you feel now? Like it's been 24 hours since you've had it. Well, almost 24. How do you feel? Any buyer's remorse kick in? How do you feel?
It is a lot of money, Arch. It is a lot of money. But I've shown like the family and everything like that, and there's a universal sort of position is that it's a beautiful looking watch. I didn't tell them how much it was.
No,
but they love it. It's good, and I don't have any buyer's remorse. I just think it's fantastic. It fits really well in the collection, you know.
Yes, you know? Exactly right there. It's been a horrible week in Sydney, and that's why I really am proud that you got the watch, because we had a horrible tragedy in Sydney, which, believe you me, nothing can be said, but it's absolutely awful. And I got to tell you, man, it's shocked me. I've taken it. You know, it's very, very difficult. Australia, the lucky country, and you know the thing I love about you is you're a Greek heritage, and you know you're part of what makes this country great. Like I'm European, Eastern European, Ukrainian ancestry, come to Australia, and that's really cool. That's a really great thing there. And I gotta say, the big thing is, you know, the funny thing is, actually, let's have a look. We've got HR muzzling at the bit there. Let's see what he, just very quickly, we'll pump and dump. We'll just get him. Hey, HR, what's going on? If you got nothing nice to say, yeah, out of here, okay? You got nothing nice. you got you if you say anything about Mr. GMT, you're out of here.
Mr. GMT? Who's that?
Okay.
This is Chief Tit. This is Chief Tit.
Good.
Anyway, listen, Chief Tit, I just want to say congratulations on the bluesy.
Thanks, man. I saw your one. It's fantastic.
What do you think? What do you think of that? Wait, what was his name again? Just remind me. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Chief Tit. So, Chief Tit, you're enjoying the bluesy, are you?
I am, mate. Actually, it's been 24 hours, and I slept with it last night.
So where is it? Put it on, big boy. I want to see it.
No. We've got an unboxing. It's going to come in time. Just wait.
Ah,
We've got 600 still coming in. It's early time. Your study. I love your bookcases behind you. I'm a big advocate. I got bookcases myself.
Yeah.
I love the bookcases.
This is my my sort of man cave area down here.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I like you're ready to go to war. You got your combat bag and the army bag in the corner there, ready to go. If the nation needs you, you're ready to go.
Chief Tit, we thank you for your service. Thank you.
Thanks, man. No worries.
Yeah, I must admit, I honestly think that is a fantastic thing to do later in life, to join the reserves.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't so lazy, I would do it. I kind of it's tough.
Well, I believe in you. I believe in you. You could do it if you want to.
Thank you, HR. That's okay. And HR would also encourage me to apply for any junior positions. No problems. We will obviously we would welcome all your applications.
We encourage applicants from all backgrounds. You know this, Paul?
Yes. I gotta say, Chief Tit, it's been this has been a very interesting year in history. It's crazy. We came out of the COVID. COVID was a very tough time, and we thought the worst, and then things exploded. Like the economy went crazy, cars went, everybody wanted to get things.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Can I make a comment about what you said before?
Yes,
when you
sir.
said
you can.
You talked about immigrants and stuff in Australia. I'll tell you one thing that I find very interesting. In my particular regiment that I train with, there's a very large number of people who are of Asian background who are actually serving. Quite a few of them are actually from Chinese background. And it's interesting because a lot of the training we do obviously is, revolves around what it'd be like to defend ourselves against a country like China. So imagine how those guys feel that are actually in the regiment that's designed and training to go to war against their own background, their own cultural background, their own.
It's like cannibalism.
Well, actually, it's a pretty big thing. Imagine how they actually feel. They must feel pretty patriotic towards Australia to want to do that in the first place. We're not talking about second or third generation Australians. We're talking about guys who are actually born there. You know, so it's amazing. I think the concept of having people view a way of life, wanting to adopt that way of life, and the culture of a particular country is a very strong thing in Australia. And I think it's an important thing. It's the thing that was missing from the people that committed these crimes down in Bondi. So it's really the solution to these problems, is that everybody really needs to assimilate and get on board with the Australian nationhood and Australian culture in order to avoid that internal sort of division, if you know what I mean.
100% right. We've got a super chat. Davey Smalls, $2. Colt payment, holiday installment. Thank you, Davey Smalls. I must say the we've got HR there. Hello, HR. I got to tell you, the interesting thing is my background, my parents, both sides of my mum and my dad were both Ukrainian Australians. They never been to Ukraine. I've actually been to I went back to Ukraine in the 90s.
Wow. Okay.
And I went there for a holiday, 6 weeks. And I got to tell you something fascinating. Everyone worries that, hey, you know, these people won't assimilate. The interesting thing is my dad still goes to Ukrainian church.
Hmm.
And like so many people, they came here. So my dad, he was born in England and my mum was born in Australia. And then they went to Ukrainian community and that. The funny thing, you know this, all the young people who go to Ukrainian church now, not one of them is the children of my parents' generation. They are the only young people there are actually people who've come over from Ukraine who are here on a temporary protection visa.
Yeah.
And the reason is, why don't I go? I don't feel any bit of community. I really don't feel. I don't feel Ukrainian. I actually feel I'm Australian. I actually went to Ukraine, and my dad is very patriotic. Like his view on Ukraine is 1920s, 1930s view. I've been there, and I said, you know, Dad, it's nothing like that. It's
Absolutely. It's the same with a lot of the Greeks and Italians that have come here and they haven't been back since the mid-1960s. Then they go back for a holiday as old people, and they always get disappointed. They're going, where's the country that I left? The people are totally different. Their culture is different. They're modern.
Yeah.
And so they're stuck in this sort of time warp of a culture that actually doesn't exist anywhere. It's not back in Italy. It's not back in Greece. And it's not in Australia either.
Tits.
Marco.
We got another great, you know, I must say, Mark Goldberg has been an inspiration to me.
It's all of us, really.
He has the gold sub. And I remember Mark said to me, Arch, do you think I should get rid of it? And I said, no, Mark, just keep it. Yeah. And I mean, prices have come down since I told you that, but it's not about the money. It's not about the money.
About the passion.
You love the watch. And I'll be honest with you. Some people have said to me, oh, Arch, but I got rid of my look, I would have to say, Marky, my world time was kind of like, it was probably almost on par with a gold sub money wise and collectability.
Yeah.
Why did I sell it? I needed the fucking money.
What can you do?
I mean, if you need the money, you have to do things. And I don't see it. You got to remember this. Don't look at things like, oh, it's gone. You know what? I'm glad I got to enjoy it for a period of time. And
the spirit of the world time lives on in your heart and really in the hearts of all of us.
Yeah. I mean, look, do I wish I had it? Of course I do. But, you know, it's like any of these things we have here. Sometimes it's good to move things on to solve some problems.
Listen. Do you know how your world time is very much like NARC?
No, how's that?
It's replaceable.
We got a super chat here. The Unseen Report, £2. When is the unboxing? Very soon. Little bit will be happening very soon.
You can always get a new one. It's like that's not the only world time out there. You could get the exact same one eventually if the time is right.
Look, you know what? I don't know if I want it. I got to tell you something truthful.
Yeah.
Now the reason I say that, okay, I'd probably, out of all the watches I sold in the last 6 months, and I sold a few. I sold the World Time. I sold the Gold, Breguet Chronograph, Type 21. I sold. Sorry?
I'm just looking at Tits drinking out of his mug, slurping on air. Is that like a hot chocolate? Like real men drink a Negroni. What we got, like a tea? Cup of tea?
What are you talking about, man? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm having a cup of tea like a civilized man.
How many times have you seen your pontiff slugging down scotch on this very stream at this very hour? And you're having your morning. Is it
that was just between me and you.
Enjoy your it's probably like a decaf tea. Sorry, Archie, didn't mean to interrupt. Can carry on.
No, I got to tell you, I think I like usable watches, and personally, if out of all the watches I sold, and you know, I'm happy they're gone. If I could have one back now, it'd be the Bluesy. It'd be the Bluesy.
But you got a gold. You got a gold sub.
I'll be confessed to you. If I was to have a gold sub, I would only get one if it was the ceramic version.
Yeah, I hear you.
The improvements they've made, they've got the solid end. Well, they had the solid end links, but it has the no holes case. I love the ceramic bezel, and I actually had this discussion with Chief Tit. I said, look, if it was me, I'd really try and get the ceramic, not just because of the bezel, but because of the fact that the clasp is so much nicer on the bracelet is so much nicer. If I was to get a gold sub again, I would only get one if it was, this is the criteria. If I got a gold sub, it'd need to be blue. It would need to be 40 or 41. I mean, to be honest with you, I probably prefer it's cheaper, and it's also, I like the gold lettering. And the other thing is, I would seriously look, I got a few irons in the fire, but if things go the right way, I'd definitely get I think the bluesy is the best all-rounder. Like
Oh, he's frozen. Well, the bluesy you can wear, because it's shielded, it's cladded. The gold is protected for the most part. You're back.
I find, I don't know about it, culturally speaking in Sydney as well, a full gold one.
Yes.
Even when you're dressed up in your suit and you're in town and all that type of thing, it is a bit full on.
Exactly.
I mean, in America, it might be acceptable a bit more, but here it's a bit sort of...
I mean, it just depends on whether you come from the crab mentality where people don't like to see wealthy people succeed. They want to knock you down. I mean, I'm wearing a complete Costco outfit. Like, you could liquidate all my entire wardrobe, and it might bring you like $50.
Marky, you don't understand the beautiful thing about a Costco wardrobe. See, the thing is, once you've got a beautiful watch, you don't have to buy $100 T-shirt, $200. It's irrelevant. That's the thing I love about a quality.
Oh, look at you in your Armani. I'm sorry. Is that a Certina that you're wearing there?
Me?
No, I'm just saying. You see a guy in an Armani, and you look closer, he's wearing a fucking Apple Watch or a Certina.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like a shit pair of shoes.
Actually, someone's just saying in the SD43 saying, Arch, you're at the day-date stage in life. I got to tell you, I actually prefer... The day-date is a magnificent watch. Okay, magnificent. For me, my favorite day-date is the 40. However, bang per buck, if I was to use my own money to get one, I'd have to go gold sub. I think that does more. I'd rather have the bezel than the day. Okay, I know what day it is. At least I hope I do.
The gold sub just stands out in a way. It says, look at me. Whereas the day date says, I'm too refined for you to look at me. It's a beautiful watch, the day date, but it's definitively lower key.
I must say, in the legal profession, I got a friend of mine who's a barrister, and he's had a number of Rolex. And when he left Chambers, he actually sold. He's always loved the black dial ones, and I helped him. He sold it. I actually sold it for him, and then I helped him get a black dial ceramic. As because he sold it and he regretted it going, and I helped him get it back. And I must say, you know what? They're a great watch. Great watch.
Yeah.
Sorry?
It's a fabulous watch. I find that the day date is very much sort of, I always think of it as like a golfer's watch.
Well, that's because Greg Norman, so many, they were given as prizes, the ultimate prize there. And I must say, in my own case, I am very happy to have the Explorer that both of you guys own Polars. That's incredible stuff. You both got the 42 mil. All three of us, we own the Polar. Fantastic watch. I think that is probably my favorite low-key steel fully Rolex. And I must say that's probably my favorite Rolex. My favorite Rolex of all time. Now, obviously, you know, you'd say if you were in the store and Hans Willdorf said, have one, you'd grab a platinum something because of the money. But if you really think about it,
grab a steel one.
For
have
me,
any steel. Have anything steel.
The Explorer means a lot. And it's often the backstory to it. See, for me, my first Rolex was a Explorer 1, a 1016, which is actually very collectible. And I'll tell you a funny story. We've got another super chat. Let's get the super chat. William Gaudrian, thank you, €2. I prefer the day date over the gold sub all day. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, William. Look, it doesn't mean you're wrong. I'm just telling you my preference myself. Years ago, I actually got a day date. This was in the 90s. And I got to tell you, it wasn't, you know, because I buy secondhand, it's what the market, it's what's available at the time.
Yeah.
I actually paid $12,500 for an E serial number 18238 with factory cream dial with diamonds.
Wow.
And I love that watch. It was such an achievement to have. I had to sell it for financial reasons, but in all honesty, that watch, I get it. The day date is a fantastic watch. I think now
it's comfortable too. Was it comfortable as well on the wrist?
Oh, it was. It was.
It melted into your wrist. It's like you're not wearing a watch.
The only thing is the clasp is a bit shitty on the 18, the 5-digit. The clasp was always the weakest link, so to speak.
They're not to adjust.
But I must say this. You know what? With Rolex, it's just such a beautiful brand to have there, and no other. I love my Pateks. I went through a big Patek phase. Pateks are amazing, but I think myself, as I'm getting older, retirement phase there. Yeah, I like it. Like I'm wearing my Pam today. Just utilitarian. Just, you know, it is what it is. I love the I could never sell it because no bastard wants to buy it. Pams are unsellable, for fuck's sake.
God knows you tried.
But
I love
hey, that's the way it goes. Actually, interestingly enough, I've been watching a lot of Doom. I like Doom videos on YouTube. You know, people being sacked, people being fired, people being let go.
You know what?
Over 50 and unemployable, never get a job again.
It's fucked up, but I watch those too, and it just makes you feel better about your life. Although in your
there's actually an interesting cover to that. Last night I started watching is the downfall. Listen to this, and this reminded me of the watch industry. The downfall of Harley Davidson dealerships. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of Harley Davidson dealerships are closing down. And Harley was such a big brand, you know, it was a macho man sort of brand. And they went very corporate-y. And the saddest thing is what happened is Harley Davidson, from what I've seen on the videos, they pushed a lot of regional dealers to do big showrooms, big inventory. You know, they used to be mom and pop sort of dealers. Then they pushed them into, you got to have a showroom, you got to present the product, you've got to blah, 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 blah. And a lot of them are going broke now because, see, the thing is, watches and Harley Davidsons, let me explain this to you. They are discretionary spend.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is so many Harley Davidson dealers are actually apparently winding up because they're being foreclosed on by the floor plan. Some of them were paying $50,000 to $70,000.
You have to explain floor plan is interest because they don't own the inventory. They're actually borrowing money to pay for the inventory.
Exactly.
And then floor plan is the monthly payment they have per vehicle. All car dealers, motorcycle dealers, they all have floor plan payments.
And it's kind of, I think with Harley Davidson, the problem is the people who really wanted Harley Davidsons a lot of them, it's like Cadillac. I love the Cadillac, you know, the big traditional rear wheel drive caddy. Well, those customers have died. They've died.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I had a Sedan DeVille. We were talking about that and I couldn't remember the model. Now I just remember I had a Sedan DeVille.
I love the Cadillac with the wheel on the back, you know, the big
Yeah.
the trunk
That was a
had the big.
Brome. I think that was a Brome. But
it's fascinating. The world is changing. Watches themselves, you know what? What's happening with watches? I can say one thing for sure. Breguet's never. I don't think Breguet's gonna. You know, like Breguet is such a beautiful watch. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a brand that is sort of it's unfortunately it's a bit like, see, Patek had the sports range. What Patek is successful, what keeps Patek successful is the Aquanaut and the Nautilus. Whereas Breguet didn't really have. They had the Type 20, Type 21, Type 22, and they had the Marine, which Donny Haynes has the Marine, but it never really had the huge following like the Aquanaut or the Nautilus. And Rolex is always, see, it's funny. Rolex is kind of the brand that had the SUV. Like you look at all the car makers. Like I was actually analyzing this in the car industry. You know, in the 90s, BMW 3 Series, 5 Series, 7 Series. That was what they had, right? Now you go to a showroom, it's SUVs. It's X2, X3, X5, X7. X4, X6, it is that SUV market.
you had a bit of a problem in Lexus about that exact issue, didn't you?
Well, Lexus is exactly, they basically are doing SUV. I said to the guy, hey, why are there no sedans on the floor? And instead of appealing to my middle-aged charm and saying, you know, that's because they're so popular, they're all gone, you know, something like that to make me feel good, he just said, oh no, the SUVs, he said, you should try one. No, I don't want to try one. That's like selling me a motorbike. That doesn't have a Kickstarter. I want a Kickstarter. I don't want a fucking electric button. I want my motorbike to leak oil everywhere, you know? That's what I want. And if you try and tell me otherwise, and so I've got to tell you, it's actually fascinating. A lot of Harley Davidson dealers seem to be sinking. Now, is the watch industry going to go the same? I got to tell you something, Mark. I was actually surprised with that link you sent me the other day. You know why?
Yeah, it was only 1%. One
It wasn't that big.
What was that about?
That was about the employment has gone down it's gone down 2%. The staff, right?
In Swiss, well, the Swiss, yeah. In other words, when they looked at the Swiss watchmaking industry overall, and they are on a negative employment trend, but it's only down like 1.5%.
But by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen any footage come out lately with Donald Trump. I don't want to politicize this, but
Too late.
He was thanking his biggest donor, Miriam Andelson. Okay, she donated, her husband and her donated $250 million to the Trump cause.
I didn't. Elon gave more than that.
No, that is a corporate. It's corporate. He was individual.
I see.
And the funny thing is, I thought, who the hell is this guy? He's the guy who founded the Sands group of hotels.
The casino.
I thought, holy fuck, he built Marina Bay Sands in Singapore, which when they built that, did you know that was the most expensive building in the world? It was $8 billion. It was more expensive than World Trade Center and it was also more expensive than the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. More expensive. Holy fuck. They are rich people.
Must be some nice wallpaper.
And I got to tell you something. You know what, guys? You think watches are going to go the way of the Harley dealer?
What do your kids think of watches? This is the thing. The future, I mean, our generation, it's different. We've already formed our views about watches. But for them to have a future in their industry, they've got to have our kids as future customers. So how do your kids feel about watches?
Okay, so my younger two, they are They are 20, and the other one's about to turn 19 next week.
Yep.
I decided to give them a watch that reflected their ethos and values. Okay, let me explain. Of those two kids, the one who's 20, he hates brand names. He hates displays of consumption.
Oh my
right?
God, are you sure that's your child? Does he know?
Okay.
Does he know
Because
what
they rebel against their parents? You know, this all kids rebel against the parents.
Does he know that every bit of food that was put into his belly for the last 20 years came from
You're talking
snobbery?
about logic, Mark. They don't have logic at that age yet. That comes later.
And for him, he's half Japanese. His bedroom is designed Japanese style. He likes anime. You know, that's the cartoon, not the porn, the anime.
We know. Wink.
So I thought, you know what? To give him a watch, I wanted to give him a good watch.
Grand Seiko.
I gave him a Grand Seiko. And you know what? He fucking loves it because they say, oh, nice watch. It's a Seiko. And at his school, when he's just completed second year university, but at his school, because I gave it to him when he turned 18. I gave it to him when he's in school. I always give things early. I can't wait. I always give it to him early. Okay. I gave it to him, and one of his friends, classmates, said, that ain't a Seiko. He goes, yes, it's a special one. I got it from Kmart. That's what his line was. And his friend said, that ain't a Kmart watch. That is, his friend said, do you know how expensive that is? And that's what he loves, that hidden kudos. You know what I mean? He wasn't pretending to be. It was kind of, it's an anti-status symbol. Where it's so amazing is the finish and workmanship on it. And it's also spring drive, so it's incredibly accurate. And he's loved it. So I gave him a watch that ties in with what he likes. The other son, I gave him my Tudor Black Bay. He's into fitness. He likes sports. He goes to the gym every day. He's doing an apprenticeship.
Chip off the old block.
And you know what? I gave him the Tudor Black Bay. So they kind of, well, for starters, Rolex is fucking for any decent and I honestly, let me say this to you, and I mean this honestly. I think it is a disservice to give your kids everything. You look at these celebrities who do anything for their kids, right? And I can't blame them as a parent. You want to see your kids do well. But I think one of the biggest disservices you can do is give them a Rolex. They need to, if they really want a Rolex, they got to get it with their own sweat and toil.
Did you know that Chief Tit's kids are forced to pack their sack lunches in Louis Vuitton briefcases and take them to school every day in a Louis Vuitton? The kids make fun of them. My dad made me do it. It's this giant lunchbox in the form of that briefcase that you sold, Chief Tit. It had a tuna salad sandwich in it last Wednesday.
I am so happy I sold that to Chief Tit. I remember I sold it for I fucked up the price because the price, but you know what? It doesn't matter. And I got stung on customs on it as well. Don't ask me the customs bill because.
But you know what? Arch was a gentleman about it. He stuck to the deal. He said nothing about it. And only when it was finished and I had it, he goes, oh, by the way, blah, 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 blah.
By the way, you owe me $200.
No, but I'll be honest with you. You know what? I'm glad it's out of my life. I was actually glad I thinned out the herd a bit. I actually have stopped actively collecting. Okay, when I say actively, like at the moment, I don't need to get more. I get a lot of joy at a. It's just how it is there.
Got to get into shit.
Yeah. See, look at that. That's actually
$400.
You know what? You know how you said before that your son had the Grand Seiko, didn't realize what he had. There's still
he knew. I told him he knew what he had. I said to him, "This is what it is."
But
he loved.
The funny thing is, the other kid, who's his age, he knew.
Yes, he knew. He knew. He
So
was
there's
a big
still hope
watch.
for that generation.
Look, I think realistically, I got to be honest with you. I don't have Chief Tit. I was as a kid, I loved cars. Always loved cars. I always read. I read Classic Car Magazine. I always read Classic Car Magazine. I loved the like my dad. He's a bit of a pain in the ass because he's told me a story when he was he was a very good violinist, and what his teacher said, "Oh, just take my car." It was a Mercedes. I said, "What sort of Mercedes?" He doesn't. "Oh, it was a Mercedes." I said, "Dad, what was a W?" He goes, "I don't know." As a kid, I spent a lot of time learning. Oh, this is how they evolved. Like, you know what a
I bet you
Lancia
used to
is.
buy that.
You
I
know what
bet
a
you used to buy
Lancia
that
is, Chief Tit?
magazine. You used to buy that magazine, Unique Cars, didn't you? With a
Oh, I love.
classic
Well,
cars.
you go to the hairdresser, the barber shop, Unique Car. Oh man,
Do you remember?
you would look at the deals and say, "Oh, I could get this."
Normal boys were picking up the Playboy magazines.
I was trying to
Mark.
convince my dad to get an Alfa Romeo. You know the one with the briefcase, the Alpha 90. I wanted him to get an Alpha.
90. Exactly. Mark,
They're a piece of shit.
That magazine, yeah, completely, but fantastic. Mark, that magazine we're talking about, he used to have only cars for sale, but only really old cars.
Yeah, we have that here. Yeah, we have it
Like
here.
that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But I got to say, the new cars now, they've lost that, like, because they've gone electric and SUV.
Yeah.
You know what? They've really lost the passion that they used to have in cars. And I find that
they're generic. They're so generic. I mean, you can't even tell one particular mark from another. They don't have that. Like a BMW would always look like a BMW. Even if they'd come out with a new model, you could tell it apart from something else. Nowadays, if you took all the badges off them, it could be anybody's make, you know?
Look, I loved Audi. I loved BMW, Mercedes. I love those brands. I love Saab, okay? I love Saab, okay? Not Saab, Saab. I love Saab.
How good were they?
Did you ever have a
The
Saab?
900
You
turbo.
would be in a perfect Saab. No, okay. General Motors
I
destroyed
can't
Saab, by the way, but that's another story.
Saab. I wish we had Saab on this show.
My parents wanted a Volvo at one stage until they realized the basic Volvo had nothing. Pickled £2. Chief Tit, now you are in your office. Show us your Mont Blanc.
I've got let's have a look at the cat. Do you want me to show them the cabinet? A little mini cabinet?
Oh, we can show them. As long as it's not too much hassle. I would just say no. Fuck off. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that there. How could you not? Wow. Look at that.
There's a few empty spots.
Yeah, the empty spots are the ones that are in my briefcase. Yeah. There's a few there. Have you seen these Archie, have you got these inks for your ones?
Look, your little special.
Oh, yes, I do. Chief Tit, I got him here on the floor. Chief Tit. Look.
There you go.
The two of you.
The best inks. I'll just be 1 minute, guys. Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
I've got a Bic pen somewhere right around here. You know, like a ballpoint with a plastic cap. Never fails. And you know what happens when it runs out of ink? You know what I do? I throw it out. I just pick another one off the shelf. They sell them at the dollar store, by the way.
You fucking heathen! Get yourself a decent pen.
Why?
I'll send you one.
Look, I have a decent pen. Do you have flowery, beautiful handwriting?
No.
You don't have girly calligraphy handwriting?
No, I don't.
Well,
unfortunately, at the time I can't read my own writing.
I have a manly, beautiful wrist. That's why I showcase with watches. Okay, unless you have flowery, calligraphy handwriting, what are you doing with a pen? You could just as easily use a piece of charcoal with that handwriting.
I like to doodle. I love doodling. I don't know if people, they used to say, "Oh, you're not." I always used to draw. I love doodling and doing things, and
very productive work.
I got to tell you, it makes me sad that the world is a different place
It is.
than
no more leper colonies, by the way. Have you realized that? There's no more leper colonies.
No.
I just saw a video about that. Like,
where did you get that from?
Well, because like art, you know what? You watch people losing their jobs to feel better about your own life. Archie has to watch like leprosy videos to feel better about his.
I can't believe he's been watching those Doom videos. No wonder he gets depressed.
I watch people getting arrested. I watch people getting yanked the fuck out, smarting off to the cops and getting yanked the fuck out of their car, put down on the ground, maced, tased, and handcuffed. Love it.
I like it when they do that road stop and the guy's the attorney general. He's a black attorney general. Fuck.
Well, once they stopped a black female judge, and oh boy, did she give them hell.
Oh yes, that was in her Mercedes. That was in her Mercedes. I remember that.
Yeah, but the ones that I particularly like are the ones who just mouth off to the cops, like refuse to present ID and act shifty and stuff, and then cops break their fucking windows and pull them right through the hole. Also, there's an incredible number of people. Well, Archie, you want to know this very well. There's an incredible number of people that have meltdowns in the fucking airport and then get hauled by the police out of the airport, which almost happened to you in 2 different airports. One was Heathrow Airport, and then the other is you still are banned from, I think, is it Asiana Airways?
I remember that Heathrow Airport video.
The thing that was so frustrating is I needed to get a COVID test, but you had to pay for it on your credit card. And because I've got I'm using a phone, it won't send the code through.
Because you didn't have internet.
No, I did have internet, but it still wouldn't do it because it's not. For some reason, it wasn't fucking coming through, so I couldn't confirm the payment. I missed my flight. They charged a fortune.
Missed the flight yet?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god, you must have been so fucking pissed off.
Oh,
yes, I was. And I tell you something. They wanted me. I could just see them. I'm not. They wanted me to say something racist so they could arrest me. I did not say anything racist. That's what they.
You know what? It's really sad when you're when the nicest thing you can say about your behavior is I didn't say anything racist and didn't get arrested. But it was
just so ridiculous. They wouldn't let you. I mean, I just wanted some help to just get my thing so I could catch the plane. You know what I mean?
Filmed it. Tits.
You were getting resistance from every angle, and he just
filmed it. Archie, is that up on your? Can we find that?
No, I'm taking it down. I'm taking it down. That's
good idea. Good idea, because you threw an absolute hissy fit. You started like fucking recording and live streaming it. Then you put it up, and I got to tell you, in any airport in the United States, you would have been breathing like tear gas. You would have had taser darts shoved in your back. You would have gotten a wood shampoo.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. But I tell you this. England is very unhelpful as a country. I mean, I'm a British citizen. Very, very, very unhelpful. To have, I don't know what it is. Just the whole England itself has a layer of bureaucracy I never seen before.
Has it always been like that, or you think it's become like that?
I've only been there twice, but it's gotten. I mean, let's be honest there. You can see why they don't have a car industry.
He was nearly arrested both times. Tell us about the time that you gave a piece of your mind to the pilot on the Asian Airways.
Oh, no, that's when they fucking nearly died. No, but hang on. That was when the plane
nearly died.
Listen to this. I was on the plane. They're dumping fuel. And I said because you know how you have the map. I said to the stewardess, excuse me, we're going the wrong way. So what did they do? They turned off my screen. And I said, right?
That wasn't the end of the tits. We're not done yet. Compose yourself. We're not done.
And the fucking thing is, we were on the plane, then they took us off, and they did a software reboot. It's a Boeing. It was one of those Dreamliners, the 787.
Yeah.
So that the fucking arrogant, instead of a Qantas pilot would have said, no, this is not working. Flight cancelled.
Qantas never crashed. Qantas.
That's exactly right. But they they said, oh no, they rebooted it, and then in the air it fucking played up again. Okay, basically it turned out to be an oil problem, which is a fucking serious thing with a turbojet engine. I can tell you that. And,
because of your extensive, knowledge of aerospace hydraulics.
yes, exactly. Well, no, but any engine needs oil. If you don't have oil in it, what happens?
It seizes.
Okay. So I got to tell you seriously, they honestly, let's face it, if you have a near-death experience, it's fucking. I was wearing my Explorer 2. I said to the guy next to me, we should start praying.
Archie, hold on. Let me set the scene. Okay, hang on. They have to turn off Archie's screen because he indicates that he's about to have a panicked shit fit to the flight attendant, and they want to keep him calm, so they don't want him to see what's going on. So they turn off his screen. So what he then does is he tries to arouse all the other passengers near him by telling him, and now we need to pray because we're all going to fucking die. By the skin
of let me just explain it to you, okay? Ties don't throw money away. If they are dumping gasoline, that's fucking serious. Do you know how expensive aviation gas is? Is that cheap gas? No, I don't think that is cheap shit you're throwing away there, is it?
There is another thing that the Thai people do not do, and that is they do not lose face. And by that, I mean they do not have anything but a very calm demeanor in public, regardless of the situation. Like, you'll never see a Thai. If you see a Thai person raising their voice, someone's going to get cut. Okay, there's going to be a problem. There is no raising your voice in Thailand.
So what happened in the end anyway? So
and there's Archie.
You were losing fuel and oil and shit. How did you know?
No. They dumping fuel so they could make an emergency landing. They made an emergency landing. Actually, Chief Tit, just hang on there, Chief Tit. Okay, just hang on.
He's gonna find the news article.
Trust him to be on that flight.
Well. It is going to go down in Archieverse history. Not so much what happened on the flight itself. Like I was once coming into Las Vegas and we had a touch and go, and because like we were going to crash. So the guy, the wheels hit, and then he pulled back, and the plane went like skyrocketed. You cannot believe these big fucking jets can do some real aerobatics, some real maneuvers, right? So it must have gone up at an incredibly like steep angle. When that plane finally let us, landed for real, we all just applauded. We were happy. We slapped the pilot on the back, thanked him for not killing us and saving our lives. But no, Archie. Archie, there's probably 300 people on this airplane, and they got a problem with one motherfucker. One motherfucker on the entire airplane is a problem.
Hey, look, his fucking screen didn't work. What do you want him to do?
Well, don't you think? Don't you think?
What?
Oh, he's got the video.
Here we go. Look at this.
About 2 hours ago, it said we'll go
News.com.
So I alerted cabin staff, and yes, an emergency landing indeed.
He had to alert them.
Here we go.
That they were flying the wrong way.
That's my footage. Do you understand? Because I said the sun is on the wrong side of the plane. That's how I worked it out. You understand?
I see.
We're going in the wrong...
He's like fucking Magellan. He's like Magellan with the sextant, and then he goes, wait a minute. The stars are on the wrong side of the sky.
Hold on, this is not right. He was right, though.
Yes, well, tell the rest of it.
There we go. That's me there. It's on the plane. There you go. So, I mean,
wait.
The map.
Look at this. About the destination.
This is what
but the ones you remember.
This is what the map. Look at this. This is the map. Look at the map. It's going the wrong way. Look. Can you see? That's my photo. I took that photo. Look, the map. We're supposed to be going towards Australia, but we're going to. I said, hey, we're going the wrong way.
Was this before or after they turned you?
Hey, we're going the wrong.
Fuck, actually, was this around the same time as that Malaysian Airlines thing disappeared?
It might have been.
Fuck, I would have been shitting myself too.
Chief Tit, I'm going to put that in the private chat. You can check it out. Just if you think this is fairy tale, I made it to news.com.au.
Well, hold on. Then you landed safely, right? And when you landed safely, everybody's getting off the airplane.
There's my photo. Look, there we go. There we go. They put my photo there in the article. There we go.
But I want to hear about the landing. I want to hear about the landing. Was it a safe landing?
Yes. Yes.
And
but it was
They
look. I tell you this now.
Yes, tell us.
Look, it's a disaster. Can you see that? I mean, we're going the wrong way. I took a photo of another screen there. You see what I'm saying, Chief Tit, or not?
Yes, absolutely. I can see.
Would that concern you, or it wouldn't concern you, Chief Tit?
Fucking oath that it concerned me.
So now,
yes, yeah. Do I have permission to be a little bit feisty?
And then,
absolutely, no.
Okay.
Come on, Chief Tit, you're defending me, right? Okay, I've been charged with disorderly conduct.
Well, you know,
would a fair and reasonable man accept
Your Honor, permission
that I
to
was
treat the
under
witness
pressure?
as hostile.
Absolutely.
Permission to treat the witness as hostile. Archie, was there in fact a safe landing? Yes or no?
Yes. Oh no, we land. Oh, I'm here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here, would I?
Well, yeah, right. So there was a safe landing, and as the passengers were getting off the plane, were most of them, like thanking the crew and the pilot for saving their lives?
Wrong fucking country.
It's just a question.
No, the crew fucked off. No, you don't understand. The crew fucked off. They were nowhere to be seen. They were nobody. They weren't just they.
What did you say to the pilot, Archibald? What did you say to the pilot?
That was after waiting 3 hours in a queue for a hotel, only to be told there's no rooms left.
Yeah.
And I said, you nearly killed us. I nearly died. And the air stewardess said to me, we all nearly died.
And you said you're
no, that's what she said. That's what she said. I said, we nearly died. And the air stewardess said, no, we all nearly died.
No, he goes, I nearly died. And she goes, no,
I nearly died. Yes. Yeah, that's what
thinking about number one, right? The plane was filled with fucking nuns and children, and all he could think about was, I nearly died.
What the fuck? I'm too young to go,
He pitched such a fucking bitch that he was banned from the airlines for life. He can't fly that airline ever again. He's on the no-fly list.
Davey Smalls, $2. All Sard wanted was his custom watch box. Thank you, Davey Smalls. Yeah, no, it was. Look, I got to tell you, you do a lot of
permanently
flying.
Banned from the airline.
Have you ever had a near-death experience on a plane?
Yeah, I think everybody's had a scare.
Yeah, but not like that. Jeez, going the wrong way.
Well, you wouldn't know, but would you? If there's a problem, you don't know, do you?
Do you remember when we were a lot younger and the radars weren't as good, that the aeroplanes couldn't avoid the storms and those pockets? The what do they call them?
Turbulence.
Yeah, the turbulence used to be shocking back then. You used to suddenly get these when you're dropping out of the sky for about 2 minutes and then you're back to normal again. It's like, did anybody else feel that? Or was it just me? That sort of shit doesn't happen as much anymore.
Super chat, William Gaudrian, €2. Archie, you look happier today. Nice to see. Thank you, William Gaudrian. Yes, we've got an unboxing for a good friend, Chief Tit. So it's always good spirits today.
I do love that story.
Let me know when you want me to do it, Darch.
But
let me know when you want me to unbox.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here's the thing, Tits. Of course, it was a traumatic event. That led him to have that meltdown in the airplane. It was a less traumatic, but nonetheless really irritating event that caused him to melt down in the terminal at Heathrow. But nonetheless, he was nearly banned for life, also from an airport. These are not things that happen to most people. But I also saw Archie have an equal meltdown at the Apple store. At the Apple store in Brisbane, where you secretly recorded yourself berating Apple staff. He doesn't own an Apple anymore. He doesn't own an Apple iPhone anymore. And the reason
have a look at this. Let me show you something. I also made it into the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail.
Yeah, right.
Man throws shit.
You know, the Daily Mail? Airline that was banned. How's this for a headline? Airline that was banned from several countries over safety concerns is forced to divert a flight to Bali due to a fuel leak.
Grown man in Brisbane.
That was my flight.
Soils him.
Okay, there we go. That's my picture again. That's my picture again. Right. And there we go. That's my video. Ditching fuel for emergency landing. Do you like that? That's my footage. Chief Tit. That's my footage.
Classic.
That's fantastic.
There we go. There we go. Look at that. I was scared. Look at me. I fucking gained 10 years. Look at me there in that photo. I gained 10 years.
Okay, explain to me. While you were having your near-death
I was just in shock.
Yeah, but why did you decide to record yourself in your moment of pure fear and pain?
Yeah. What possessed you?
Content, motherfucker. In case I survive, maybe I can get
because
content.
I kind of content. Yeah.
YouTube must be
I mean, seriously.
YouTube is the goddess who will have her raw meat.
It would have been the ultimate post-mortem gonzo. They would have found the footage.
They found the, they found the black box
go.
and Archie's cloud account.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Guys, if we die...
So there you go. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? Look at that.
I have an idea for an app, Archie. Because like if you had died and you know your kids and your wife had to go through all your shit and they came across your browser history, how bad would that be? I want an app called If I Die. And that, you know, like when your heartbeat stops, your browser history is just fucking fried, like microwaved.
Actually, you know what? Now that we think about it, don't you think Archie would make a really good reporter? Like a journalist?
Oh, look, the only problem is, Chief Tit, is news and reporters. What's happening to newspaper? I don't know if you know this. It's over. It's over. Newspapers and reporting that's a dying. It's dead. Rupert Murdoch said newspapers have 10 to 15 years maximum left. They'll be gone. That's what he said.
TV reporter. Don't you think you'd be good as a TV reporter? I think you'd be unbelievable.
Yeah. Look, unfortunately, Chief Tit, I've decided to just have a quiet life. You know, I'm too old for that now. You know, I mean, it is what it is, Chief Tit. It is what it is. You know,
it's what it is.
It is. I've by the way, Chief, in the private chat, I've put the articles. You can have a look at them yourself. Can see that I'm not making this shit up. These were serious near-death experiences.
I do love these stories. You were also nearly killed in a train incident, which caused you to rat out the entire.
Yeah, that didn't go so well, actually. Yeah.
He's not even allowed to, Chief Ted. He's not even allowed to talk about it. He was forced to appear before the CCC, which put him on double secret probation.
But the funny thing is, I can talk about it now, Marky. Chief Tit, I can talk about it, right?
Yeah.
Because they charged me. I was charged, Chief Tit.
Oh, fuck.
What I was charged with was telling somebody I had to go to a secret police interview. That's what they charged me with.
Double secret probation?
Like you're not even allowed to tell your wife you're being called to go to a secret CC, Crime and Misconduct Commission. They give it these sexy titles, but it's basically, it's the secret police. The only reason I'm allowed to even discuss it is because they charged me. Therefore, it then becomes public, you see.
And what happened anyway with the charge?
Sorry?
What happened in the end with the charge?
Yeah,
he
was executed.
Who's a barrister. I had a barrister.
Yeah.
Who actually decided to help me for free.
Yeah.
And basically, I didn't win, okay, because basically what happened is they fucked it up, right? We went to court. They wanted to have a delay. Yeah. And the judge said, Mr. Pluters, my barrister wore the wig, right? Mr. Pluters engaged legal counsel here. You're not ready. That's not his problem. And that's why it's good to have good legal representation, because sometimes if you represent yourself, you would miss out on that opportunity.
Absolutely.
Mind you, a good barrister would have cost
On that basis?
$20,000. That would have cost me $20,000.
So they
And,
dismissed it there and then because they weren't ready? Is that what happened?
Exactly. And I asked the CCC to put an apology, because they mentioned a man, a 40 such and such man was charged with this.
Yeah.
And I told them, okay, you've humiliated me. Now go and put the results on. And they actually altered the press thing to say that the charges were dropped. That it was dismissed.
Well, there you go. That's fantastic. Yeah. You can't get better than that. Dismissing the charges is what you get anyway.
But I got to be totally honest with you. I decided no more to cause trouble.
What if they dismissed without prejudice?
Right? When you ask, why don't I have the enthusiasm? Because I don't want any more of that. I am old.
Chief Tit, correct me if I'm wrong. If they dismissed without prejudice, then they could just recharge them again just on the basis of this stream right now.
No, well, actually, I can discuss the charge because they charged me. Therefore, it's in the public spectrum, and therefore, but I really wouldn't go too deeply into it. Let's just leave it at that. Leave it at that. Move away. Next. Move on. Move on.
I'll be back.
Yes, nothing to see here. Nothing else.
But Chief Tit, I got to tell you, man, you think there's freedom in this country. It's not as much freedom as you actually think there is. Just remember that, Chief Tit. There's not as much freedom as we think. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got to be honest with you, Chief Tit. The days of... See, I did a lot for the channel. You do these things, and sometimes it's best to just let big, important governments and people, they can crush you like a bug. Okay? Okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just the time and effort that it requires to be able to go up against
it scares the shit out of you. I'm just a clean skin to go before. Fucking hell. It's... I
know. Jack, that's my job. I exactly what you're talking about.
And
oh my God.
Yeah. It was a disaster. Marky's back. Because what happened originally is they charged me, then they didn't even front court. Right? So listen to this. They charged me. Yeah. They didn't turn up, so the case was dismissed. Then they came out and visited me again and recharged me.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, real cunty. You just type my name in and CCC, you can see all the press articles on it.
Why did they have you in their sights so badly?
Because a friend of mine, it's a long story, but basically there was a leak of some inefficiencies in the system.
Yeah.
And they didn't really like that being released. I was responsible for the transport minister resigning. And there's a thing called payback, right?
Trump style.
Yeah, but I don't have the money or I've just become very normal citizen now. I'm just a normal guy. I just want to live my life, sell off the odd briefcase in retirement. That's enough.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly right. And you're enjoying this anyway. Why would you want to do anything different?
Oh, it's horrible. It's enjoyable. It's exactly it, Chief.
Exactly right. I mean, you know what? I'm sitting there working, and then I've got my army duties, and I'm dealing with everybody's problems every day in practice. This that we do, this little chat thing, this mucking around, having a laugh.
Yeah, it's fun. It's better.
It's fine. It's nice,
I remember Julia. You remember Julia Gillard, the Prime Minister? She said she used to be a lawyer for Maurice Blackburn, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember I don't know if you're a fan of her or not, but I don't hate anyone. But she gave some good advice. She said sometimes you should just get on with your life. You don't have to seek justice or seek fairness. Just move on, And I think for a lot of people, it becomes all encompassing. They put their whole life effort into this pursuing justice. Yeah. Justice is very expensive.
Yeah.
Justice is for the very rich and the very poor. See, the very poor have got nothing to lose, and the very rich can afford to play the game. But the middle class, you'll be bankrupted if you're not careful.
Look, you know what? The other thing is it's very time consuming. I get people that come into the office and they give me their initial instructions and say, this is my problem. And they're all motivated. They're motivated at that time. And I say to them, be careful, because this thing's going to take 2-3 years maybe. And now you might be motivated, but $150,000 or $200,000 and 2 years down the track, you're going to be thinking, why the hell did I embark on this shit? And I tell them in advance, and they think about it and they go, actually, is that how long it's going to take? So yes, motherfucker, that's how long it's going to take. And that's how much it's going to cost. Half the time they go after that, okay, you know what? Let's, can we do something else? And I'm thinking, thank God as well myself.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous. You know, you've got to, sometimes it's good just to move on in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, I got to tell you, I'd rather just be low key now, make a few videos, and that's much better. You know, you can rock the apple cart a bit, but hey, you know what? They win. Big pharma, big everything wins. Black Cat 9972 $. AC3 True Crime Podcast. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Rich Mitch, £5. Bloody hell, AC3. That is actually very good advice. Play fair. Fair play. Fair play. Yes. I got to say, you know, that's the thing. Sometimes you have someone who gets unfairly treated. To follow the legal way can be very expensive. It's very expensive. I mean, Chief Tit, you've got your Rolex there out of other people's stupidity.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. Look, there's a nice part of the practice too, Arch. Don't get me wrong. I don't do it, but there's other people that I've got in there that do the transactional work, the work that involves people doing a deal. They might do a merger. They might expand their business internationally. All of that stuff represents legal work, which is happy work. Everybody's happy to do it. Everybody's happy with the result. Everybody's happy. The stuff that I do, though, is a bit bloody depressing because it involves a dispute. By its very nature, people are coming to see you with the shits.
Yes. Yes.
You know? And sometimes it's out of their stupidity, but sometimes it's because they've been ripped off, you know? And in that situation, it's like, fuck, I'm going to charge somebody money now in a situation where they've already been robbed by somebody else. I'm actually going in there and be charged. But, you know, that's the nature of the game. What can you do?
Like there's been a few defamation cases. I don't know if you remember in Queensland, we had this, somebody was at a high school. They defamed the principal. The parents defamed this principal and the principal sued them for defamation, right?
Yeah.
Now, if the parents would have been smart, what they would have said is, okay, I'm going to represent myself because costs, when they award penalties for defamation, it was only on a small thing. So the judge awarded like a couple $1,000s as compensation. The judge didn't award costs. They had to pay their own costs. So the principal ended up spending $1 million. And a lot of the other parents were bankrupted. What they should have done is just represented themselves, and the principal would have had a massive legal bill. It's
absolutely.
It's really ego. Sometimes you just got to back that. You don't always have to win every argument. Pick your battles. You heard that say, pick your battles. Pick your battles.
I'm going to tell you something interesting about the litigation matters I do. People ask me, oh, you know, what type of law do you do? Where do you practice it? And I said almost exclusively the Supreme Court and up. I don't bother with the district court and the local court. And they can't understand why. And I explained to them, because when somebody's got a $20 million claim or a $10 million claim, it doesn't matter what they pay me. That in proportion is peanuts. But if somebody turns up with a $100,000 claim or $150,000 claim, and their legal fees are going to be $150,000, then even if they get a costs order, getting the money out of somebody that you beat is a totally different issue, right?
Yeah.
And so the whole thing becomes mathematically, just logically, a stupid thing to do. And in the end, even though you might have told them this at the outset and said to them, look, if I've got a $20 million claim or it's a $100,000 claim, the legal work that's involved is the same. It doesn't make any difference. We've still got to get affidavits, still got to do all the work. And then once they realize that, they go, oh, actually, yeah, I get it. And I said, so that's why I don't want to do it. Because at the end, even if I win and I hand you a judgment, you're going to turn around and say, you're going to say, well, you just charged me 150 grand. And now I've got a document here saying that I've won 150 grand plus costs, but the guy on the other side doesn't have any money to pay me. So,
exactly. He just goes bankrupt. We've got another super chat here. Black Cat 997, $2. Chief Tit, would you defend Nick Reiner? That's actually a very sad case. Nick Reiner, he's the son. He's been charged with, this is in America. For starters, Chief Tit doesn't practice in America. He practices in Australia. Different legal system, different system. But that's a very sad thing because I think his parents did everything to help him. And he was basically, it looks like it was addiction issues, and he killed his parents, which is very sad because it's just such a tragedy. It's a family tragedy that is beyond, I think that's the most horrible thing that anyone could. The family is destroyed, and it's a very, very, very horrible situation.
Do you know we've got a rule amongst lawyers here when we part of our ethical obligation to the court is that we can't actually lie to the court.
Yes,
so if there's a rule amongst lawyers in Australia, I'm not sure if it applies in America. I'm sure it must, but I don't know. If you're sitting down with a client, the client says to you, one of the things you don't ask normally, I did it.
Yes.
I'm not allowed to say to the court my client didn't do it. And if he instructs me to do so, I have to actually hand back the brief and say I'm withdrawing from the case.
Yes.
Most people don't know that.
Oh, no, that's very true. That's very, very, very true. It's like that case in Melbourne is horrible. You know that case with that footballer's son. That's a horrible case. He's just an idiot. He's an idiot. You know what I mean?
But look at this guy now in Bondi, right? They've approached several lawyers to act for him, and nobody will take the case on.
Well, see, it's not for a lawyer to decide right or wrong on a case. I still think you should be able to be legally represented, but you could imagine if you're the lawyer for that man, it's a put a target on your back. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to hate you. And also, it's fucking dangerous. You're dealing with something that is so fucking. I don't think I'd take that case on. You would have to be. You'd have to be insane to take that case on.
I couldn't do it. There's no way in the world.
I don't know. I don't think that I don't think he was that well off. That family's not that well off. So how are they going to pay the bill? And secondly.
It's a criminal matter, so they'd get him legal aid. The legal aid would pay a certain fee to a lawyer, some discounted amount to go and do it. But even if that wasn't the issue, I mean, it'd be very difficult to sort of try too hard to represent your client's best interest in a situation where you'd be saying, I think he's a fuckwit myself, you know?
Yeah, but he still should be entitled to legal representation.
Absolutely.
And Absolutely. But I can understand why you wouldn't want to do it. I mean, it would also be poison for your practice. If you took that case on, wouldn't that be poison for your practice or not?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
What we need is the rake. We need the rake to defend him. The rake, that's such a good series. That was such a good series, the rake. I love Rumpole of the Bailey. Rumpole was great.
You know, the rake is supposed to be Charles Waterstreet, right? He's a barrister that used to practice here in Sydney. I knew him quite well. He's actually a really nice guy. Very interesting guy.
But he's like a lot of barristers. They spend so much money. They're broke as they can earn so much, but they're very clever. I mean, to be in law is not an easy thing to get into. It's fucking hard, but it's funny. A lot of barristers spend when they invoice, they spend when they receive the money, and they spend again. They spend 3 times what. And the problem with barristers is you couldn't advertise as a barrister. I don't know if that's still the law, but you had to get work from a solicitor. You had to be instructed from a solicitor. You couldn't.
That's right. So now they do have something now which allows them. They've changed the bar rules a bit now, and you can get what's known as a direct access brief, but they generally don't like it, because one of the benefits for barristers is that they don't have to worry about getting paid because their client is the solicitor. The solicitor becomes personally liable for their fees.
Oh, I see. We've got a super chat here. Matthew Moore, $3. Chief Tit, what's your ECN in the army?
I don't answer shit like that. God can't answer things like that. You know.
And we got Jefferson Exotic, $5. Chief, would you defend me if whilst vacationing in Australia I was arrested for alpaca theft?
Yeah, along with Johnny Depp. He's into his alpacas too. Did you remember that thing about Johnny Depp when he was doing that trial with what's her name? That chick that he was with?
I always liked Johnny Depp. I always liked him, but he's fucking made some dumb choices, hasn't he?
He has. But he sounds like a very nice bloke, actually. He sounds like quite a generous guy.
I remember him from 21 Jump Street as a kid. I used to like 21 Jump Street.
Yeah. Did you watch any of that trial he had with Amber Heard that was on YouTube a lot?
Yeah. It was I also liked him. There's a movie he starred in called The Professor. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
No, never seen that one.
No, he plays it's got a different name in America, but it's called The Professor. It's a professor at a university. He's an English teacher, English professor, and he discovers he's got a terminal illness. So he starts telling the truth, and he drives a Mercedes W123, which is another little thing I like. The W123 Mercedes, like a 230E. I think it was a diesel 300D he drives. I love my cars in movies, and Johnny Depp, The Professor, fantastic movie. Some interesting lines in that. He goes, as a middle-aged middle-class wasp, you can ask for any drug you want. They give it to you. Go to a psychiatrist. And that's so true. So true.
Yeah. I mean, if you even see nowadays, it's funny you should say that, because when I was sick the other day and I needed to get some tablets for my cough, they got this thing called InstaScripts and these other things online where you just go online and you can get a prescription for basically anything you want as long as you just answer a couple of questions with the guy that's on the phone. I find that friggin' amazing.
Well, they're doing that because they're trying to free up healthcare, because it's very hard to see a doctor. It's very hard to see a doctor these days. It's fucking very, very disappointing. But
if you need 2 weeks to see your GP and there's something wrong with you now, well, what's the point of getting the appointment? You're probably going to get over it in 2 weeks anyway.
Or die.
Yeah, or die. That's right. That's another darker way of putting it, but yeah, that's good.
No, I got to tell you, the world is Chief Tit, the world is a different place. Like when we were kids, we had aspirations. You'd watch Sale of the Century, Yeah. You'd see the cars, I remember seeing, that's how the first time I ever saw the price of a Mercedes was on Sale of the Century. It was 36,000. You work it out. Fuck, that's so expensive.
Yeah.
A Mercedes, I remember my parents bought a brand new Commodore. We couldn't afford a good one. We got the 2.85 liter 6-cylinder Commodore.
Yeah.
And that was 8,000. A Mercedes was 36.
Ask which ones did they have on? I remember when Tony Barber was doing it. What was the first? Because they went through a BMW stage.
No, they started Benzes.
Benzes were the first ones.
And BMW, yeah. As it went downhill, as it's less money, it went into. They had Holdens and shit like that, but it started off as Benzes and then BMWs.
Yeah, that's right. I remember for years they had the 3 Series up there and all of that shit.
Yeah, they were lovely, aspirational,
Yeah. That was such a good show. I don't know why they got rid of it.
It was actually a copy of an American show. I don't know if you know that. It was actually it was I think it was a copy of an American one. But it's like anything. And Tony Barber, did you know he got pushed out because he was too old? Did you know that?
No, I had no idea. Is that right?
Yeah, I like Tony Barber. He had a good. I used to watch. I love Sale of the Century. I remember we had Mike Willesee on A Current Affair. Mike Willesee.
Mike Willesee, yeah. Mike Willesee, Tony Barber. Who was the other one late at night? Don Lane.
And what about Clive Robertson? I used to love Clive Robertson. And remember they had Graham Kennedy and that Greek guy. He was quite funny. You know that guy?
Yeah. What was his name?
Margos or something. Something.
Yes. John Mangos.
Mangot. Yeah, he was funny. He was hilarious.
He was hilarious.
I got to tell you, TV now, it's all play on demand. When we were kids, you had to watch the show.
Yeah, otherwise you'd miss it. That was it.
You know, like I as a kid, I used to like Family Ties.
Yeah.
It's funny because TV doesn't seem to be a big part of people's lives anymore, does it? You know?
No, I just don't think they don't have also the it takes too long for them. Everybody's now tuning their brain into these 10-second videos from, you know what I mean? If somebody doesn't get to the point within 10 seconds that they tune out.
I used to like, remember as a kid, did you watch Simon Townsend's Wonderworld? That was good.
He died recently, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He did die. Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
It was in the news.
Because, you know, he was a famous conscientious objector. I don't know if you know that. He was a famous conscientious objector. He went to jail.
Did he? Right.
Because he refused to go into the draft. He was an ABC journalist, actually. That's what he quite fascinating story to him. But
yeah.
He also, what happened to Simon Townsend, I don't know if you know this, but he had a lot of property investments, and then he got sacked by the network. He was on Channel 10, and he had to sell them all off in a bad time. Like it's like anything. Many of these TV people, they start to believe their own ego. Like Darren Hinch also, you know, remember he had his own TV show.
Yes. Yeah.
And then as soon as the network, you've got a short shelf. That's why I've always been careful myself. I've sort of said, oh, just be careful. Don't go too crazy, because once your shelf life is up, I mean, Darren Hinch's case, he went into radio. And he was also a journalist in the newspaper. He was writing, and he also became a politician. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
I kind of liked him.
I didn't mind him either. I thought he was quite. Look, sometimes he'd go off on a tangent without having really any proof of something, and that sort of used to get him into a bit of trouble. But I think he wore his heart on his sleeve. He wasn't.
Shame. Remember that? Yeah. Shame. We got Memovox 50 DKK for more Aussie TV talk, and Black Cat 997 $2. We are now watching bad YouTube live streams. Thank you, Black Cat. There. The funny thing is, you know, with because he was friends with Scacey. He was friends with Christopher Scase.
Who Darren Hinch.
Darren Hinch. Okay. And Darren and Christopher Scase did die. He did have Christopher Scase's biggest problem was that he ran. He should have, like, you look at, do you know who the highest earner in Australia was? Who ever was?
Who?
Alan Bond.
Yeah, and he went broke.
No. Let me listen to this. He stole $2 billion from Bell Resources. The jail time he served made him the highest paid person in Australia, because the days he got for how much that was taken.
Yeah.
And I mean, Alan Bond himself was a bit of a. It's kind of funny. He was a hero, but he was an asshole too. Like he did a lot of. Like, people owned breweries. He sort of took them back off them. Like, they had a pub, and he sort of how they did it. Because remember, he took over Channel 9. Remember, he bought Channel 9.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right.
So he bought it for $1 billion. He gave $200 million, and then he had to give it back. He sold it back. Packer said that was the best deal. You only get one Ellen Bond in your life. It was a total disaster.
So with Skase, remind me about something. He went to Spain and sought exile over there. Did he take the money that he lost? Did he take a lot of money with him personally over to Spain so that it wasn't available to creditors, or did he just?
Skase himself was a finance journalist. I don't know if you know that.
No, I don't. No.
He was started off as he was a finance journalist, and he married Pixie, who was a Melbourne socialite, right? Yeah. And what happened was, so Quintex, they had a number of investments. Like they had Channel 7. They also, Hardy Brothers, Skase owned Hardy Brothers. Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, Hardy Brothers was owned by Quintex. And they built some resorts, like in Cannes, the Sheraton Marina Mirage at the Gold Coast. That was Skase.
Yeah.
And what happened with Skase, the problem was, the reason they made so much money was they were highly leveraged. The only problem is that formula doesn't work when interest rates are 20%, 16, housing rates were 16%.
Yeah.
And that it was unsustainable. And they had the
pilots. But in the end, did he end up with money? They were in some friggin' mansion over there in Spain when he was on that defibrillator and that respirator and shit. But he must have still had money over there.
I think he did, right? Because don't forget too, he was the CEO. He was chairman or CEO. He was earning a lot of money, right? Legally, he was earning a lot. He had earned a lot of money personally as well, right? Don't forget that, right?
Yeah.
But he ran to Spain, and it just was a bad look. I think we're ready for the unboxing.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't miss it.
If the camera sort of like conks out, it's because I'm running out of battery. I'll put it onto the computer. So I'll do it now. Hold on, let me just change this angle thing so you can all see. How do I do this? Hold on.
Don't worry, Mark. We were talking Aussie TV, Australian TV.
I'm sure the American audience was fascinated. Did you talk about Flipper and the Addams Family and
Australian TV stuff you've never heard of?
So the American audience is, I'm sure, interested.
Okay, let me have a look. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah. Yes, we can. Da-da. Let's have a look.
Okay, let's have a look now.
That's the Odd Couple theme song.
Da-da.
Ooh, there's a Rolex box. Yeah.
It's a Rolex box. It had that little sticker on the side thing that Archie keeps talking about. There.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, the green wave, the plastic green wave. No cows were harmed in the making of this box.
Ta-da!
Oh, look at that.
Oh, her
beautiful.
The bluesy. So nobody was mean to you at the sale?
No, they were very nice, actually. This guy, Dimitri, that I got it from, Arch, that you sent me a message about, he was actually a very nice guy, a lovely guy. Very well-spoken. Built like a truck, actually. It's got a bit of a gym head. There it is.
Oh, it's beautiful. Look at
that. If you have trouble opening it again, just use like a can opener or a bottle opener.
Okay. It's got that little sticker thing, the little green sticker thing. Still on it.
Yeah.
That thing there. So it's
beautiful.
It's in lovely condition. I love the thing, Arch. I've always liked it. Ever since you used to wear them on the
it's a magnificent watch. I love it.
And yesterday I had it out, and that dial, that sunburst dial.
Yeah, it's crazy good.
It's incredible in the sun. It just pops, and you can't stop looking at it. You feel like an idiot. You're walking down the street looking at your own arm all the time. No, so I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so that's it.
Beautiful.
Wow. That's amazing. You're going to put it on for us?
I'll put it on.
That's fine, but don't put it down like that. Just like threw it in the cage, threw it in the case.
Yeah, you're trying to
mark up the gold.
Take off the taggy thing.
Yeah, but don't cut the tag. Take it off properly. Don't cut it. You got to save it. There we go. The hang tag. We in the business call that the hang tag. Archie, did they pinch links or did it come with full links?
No, it's got all the links. It's got all that stuff here.
Look at that. They didn't pinch the links. Or did they?
No, it's got all the links.
Yeah, there we go. Nice. Very good.
Beautiful.
But I'm happy with it. It's got everything.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I think you can wear that a bit more confidently than the full gold.
Yeah.
You don't have to sort of worry about whether it's sort of, am I going too full on?
Still got to be careful of the bezel and the crown, but at least it's protected a lot more.
Yeah. You always get a scratch on it, Marky. That's just life. You know?
Oh, yeah. Those polished center links eventually. You know what? Your sweater will actually put tiny little marks on them.
Yeah,
there we go, guys. How is that? So fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Man, that's such a beautiful watch.
Super.
Very much.
Super chat. Black Cat 997, $2. As I get older, I think the bluesy is the end game. Yes. Yes.
I do wonder if I would wear a bluesy more than the full gold, but I gotta say, I should not own both. It's kind of like one or the other.
You've got a root beer as well, haven't you, Marky?
Yeah. So for my two-tone, I do have a root beer.
Marky, you have one or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Let's not get crazy here.
I think you should get your one again, Arch, once you get a bit of money.
Yeah. No. I definitely, I'll be honest with you, I definitely would get I honestly.
I'm gonna jump off and get back onto the computer because this thing's about to run out of battery.
Yeah. Come on back. Super chat.
Thomas Burnett, £2. Congratulations, Chief Tit. Beautiful watch.
We'll play that for the tits when he gets back. You did read this one, right? This one right here?
Yes. Black Cat 997, $2. As I get older, I think the bluesy is the end game. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I always love blue, Marky. That's my color. Blue,
but the sunray blue, the because they made it in a matte blue, which just doesn't pop to the same degree. And that's really what I love about the Hulk is the sunray burst, the sunburst. They achieved that by mixing gold dust into the paint, supposedly.
Marky, you how do you feel about your solid gold one? You it's a keeper? How do you
Yeah, I don't think I can afford to sell it. There's a super chat for you here.
Yes.
Thomas
Burnett, £2. Congratulations, Chief Tit. Beautiful watch.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yes, the boys are agog over the bluesy.
Absolutely beautiful.
So thank you very much, guys. That's very nice of you.
Now, there was a period of time where, you had a bad experience when you looked at the first one, and it put you off the bluesy altogether. And I was talking to you privately, and you go, I don't want a bluesy now because the guy was...
I got over myself. That's what happened.
Good. You know what? You're running StreamYard or YouTube on both devices. You got to close the other one. Or we got
is it okay now?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't know. No. We were getting an echo.
So just have StreamYard. Don't have the show on going. Just the StreamYard.
Yeah, no YouTube. StreamYard only.
It's just the StreamYard. Yep, that's what I'm doing now. So is it still no good?
Because you're using your PC now, aren't you?
Well, that's right. I had to get off the other thing because it ran out of battery.
Yeah, no worries, man. How do you find it? So you got it. That's a fantastic. That's it. That's it. I love it. I absolutely fucking love it. If I had my time again and I had three watches to just have, this is what I would have: Explorer 2 Polar, Bluesy, ceramic, and I would have the Speedy. I think those three are just GMT, Diver, and Chrono.
Anybody here?
You don't wear the Speedy much.
No. Okay, the problem with my Speedy is it's so perfect. I don't want to mark it, but I have started. But I do love the Speedy. The Speedy is fantastic. I love it. I do love it. Don't get me wrong. Magnificent watch.
You wore the Speedy. You wore the Speedy to Vietnam on your trip with Greg Kinda. It was the only watch you took to Vietnam.
Actually, that was a different Speedy, Marky. That was a different Speedy.
True.
That was a different Speedy because I've had a few, but because everything was stolen. Don't forget that was given to me by Ronnie and Dave and Cove from Luxuria. They all chipped in and bought that watch for me after the burglary. Which
that was very nice of them.
Yeah, no, they are good guys. They are really, really nice guys, and
yeah.
They got a good hearts, those guys. But you know, I tell you honestly, I never look at things jealously and say, "Oh, I want one." You know what? I'm very grateful for what I do have in watches, and I'm really in love. I really love my Pam as a diver, but I would get a Bluesy. Yes, I can't deny it. The Bluesy, that was perfect.
From an outsider's look at you, it's. I think a lot of people sort of associated you with a Bluesy. It's sort of you.
Look. It is what it is. You know, I tell you honestly, I had a lot of beautiful. I've had so many beautiful stuff, but you know, hey. I got a bit of living to do. I still got a bit of living to do. So we'll see. We'll see. Act 2. Yeah. Act 2. You know,
absolutely.
Act 3.
Absolutely.
Act 3. Oh. But you know, look, it's okay. The other watch I really loved, I had that Maserati blue Daytona. It's got a different blue. I'll be honest with you, I actually sold that. I had both, the Bluesy and the Daytona. I got rid of the Daytona because it was a bit more blingy because it's got the gold bezel. And I thought, and also it was more money. It was $10,000 more. Okay, it was 10,000. I thought, fuck. And I had somebody. I sold that to Madman. Madman, he comes on our show. He super chats. I sold it to him. And
wasn't Madman the one that had the he's the one who had the nipple dial relumed, and he got it reloomed.
No, that's somebody else.
Is that someone else?
No, somebody else. But Marky, what do you think? You saw the Bluesy. What do you think, Marky?
It's beautiful. It's great. It's great. And then what's weird is I sometimes get Bluesy envy.
Because Marky, you've got the ultimate. The solid gold is the ultimate.
It's true.
Undertaker has the solid gold, and I got to tell you, I think that, in all honesty, as I'm getting older, I don't find myself wearing dress watches.
Should I daily it?
Yeah, I think. Fuck it, Mark. You just say fuck it. I mean, sparingly.
If it gets
sparingly,
it's Mark. I'm careful with my watches, but I mean, if it gets a mark, gets a mark. Super chat.
We got Undertaker, $8. Congratulations, Chief Tit. Great watch. Wear it in good health. Arch, get the Bluesy back, big boy. Yes. I will see how I go, Undertaker. It's
Thanks, Undertaker. That's very nice of you. No, thank you.
Sometimes in life you got to realize you don't always keep these things forever. I honestly, I wanted to get some money in Bluesy. I lost money on my Bluesy. I lost over $2,000 when I sold it, but the watch market can contract. Don't ever think these things are invincible. You know, sometimes it goes certain ways, and I mean that's just how it is, man.
You know what that Dimitri guy said to me yesterday about the market from his point of view, Arch, about bluesies. He said that in about a month or two, he's heard from some insiders that the bluesy and the other Rolex retail price is going to go up 17%. That is true. That means a brand new bluesy is going to go from $29,700, which is what it is now, to something like $32,500. And he said that in comparison between what you're getting there and this one here, this is the last of the 40 mils with this particular reference number. It's at the end of this, like literally within months, was the beginning of the new one, the 41 millimeter. And he said that these ones here, when you think about it, are a relative bargain at, $22,000 or $21,000,
No, that's 100%. He's got a good point. Look, the problem is, yes, they're going up, but the watch market, I think in the general economy, things are not as liquid as they were in the past.
Yeah, like he said you'd be mad to go and spend $33,000 or $32,000 on a new bluesy. He said, who's going to do that?
Well, look. If you sell a business for $3 million, who gives a fuck? Of course, who gives a fuck? That's the kind of thing, But and all you need is a bad experience like you had before, and you say, "Fuck it, I'll just buy one. I don't care. Fuck you. I want to."
Yeah.
The people who do that just don't know better. It's exactly how, Archie, you made your bones by bucking the tide and telling people don't buy a new Rolex, buy a used one. It's the same good watch for 25% less money. And you were right about that then, and you are starting to become right about that now.
I must tell you, I don't know. Look, the Bluesy's a great watch, but I think the Explorer, that's probably my daily go-to. The problem with the Bluesy is it is still quite blingy.
Yeah, you're the same as this. Yours the same as my one. Exactly. 42. I love that watch, Arch. I love this watch better than this one in terms of just not because it's worth more, whatever. But I actually love my Explorer 2 the best out of all my watches.
It's an easier daily for sure.
I like the white dial. I don't know what it is. I like the orange hand. I just think it's friggin'.
Also the lume, the lume on the Explorer 2 is stronger than the lume on any Rolex watch that I've ever seen. And it's a slightly different color too. If you don't believe me, charge them both up and then go into the dark before you go to bed tonight and take a look. And you'll see that the Explorer 2 one is slightly tinged, slightly greener, whereas the chromalite on everything else now is pretty definitely noticeably blue.
Yeah.
It's like aquamarine almost on that Explorer, and it lasts longer. It's brighter.
I never thought of that. I'm gonna have a look tonight.
Yeah, well, they did it. I think they've done it because it's the spelunking watch. It's the cave watch.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you'd be in there longer than underwater.
I love it. The only thing left for me to get in the Rolex is going to be a Pepsi, but the Pepsi I'm not going to get the ceramic. I want an early 2000s one. I know. I just like the.
They're a good bargain. I think they've come up in price. Because I remember when they were like 7, and what are they, like 9, 10 now, 11. But they're comparatively speaking, I think they're still a bargain. Something I wanted to ask both of you guys this question about. It's a matter of taste, right? But do you guys think that I thought about? I quite like the late 90s, early 2000s 5-digit Rolexes. I love them, but And I was initially thinking, okay, generally speaking, I should get the bluesy in that too. But then my mind got changed because I thought the nature of a gold watch sort of requires it to always be pristine. Whereas with a stainless steel sports watch, it being worn in is sort of charming. Do you know what I mean?
I think a great collection is the 5-digit Rolexes. I do like them. And don't forget, too, in the 5 digits, you got 90s ones. Around 2000, they went to, so that's the Tritium, the T-25. Then they went to the Superluminova, the Luminova, the Superluminova.
Yeah.
There's actually a good video. There's a guy called Austin Daniels, and he kind of picked the sweet spot. He said the sweet spot is when they still had the holes case. So that means you can use a fucking paper clip to take the bracelet off.
Yeah.
But it had solid end links. They had a solid end links and the holes case. And I thought, that is kind of a very interesting, I think that's 2003, 2004 sort of genre, as they phase the upgrades through. But I've got to tell you, I think the 5 digits, man, I think they're collectible. I don't think any watch is a great investment. To be totally honest with you now, like the dividend in watches, I always say this to people, it's the enjoyment it gives you. Okay?
Absolutely. But Arch, you know what? I invested in a few shares, and some of them went well, and some of them have gone shit over the years. Yeah. And the difference is that, okay, you make some money out of them, but the ones you didn't make any money out of them, you didn't even get any enjoyment out of it. Whereas with a watch, no, I don't invest in watches. I would never do that. But even if you did things that way, at least you got to use something and enjoy it for a period of time. And you got something out of it. Shares, you got what out of it? Just say shares went down 20% and you had $20,000 invested in it. What the fuck did you get out of that? At least with a watch, you might have worn it for 5 years.
Chief Tits, if you had to give up your briefcase collection, your pen collection, or your watch collection, which of those 3 would you give up?
At the moment, I'd give up my gun collection.
The guns. All right, now we're down to watches, pens.
Because they're going to take them off us anyway. Pretty soon.
Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, but come on now. Between the choices you've been offered.
Which one? Okay, so it's the watch, the pens?
Yes, the watches, the pens, and the briefcases.
I'd give up the... Oh, fuck. I had to give up one.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And you cannot Kobayashi Maru this one.
It wouldn't be the watches. It'll be out of the pen.
Okay, so we've eliminated watches. Pens or briefcases?
Probably the briefcases.
Yeah, look at that. You do love those.
Because you need the pens. I mean, I can't turn up with a big pen at work.
What are you going to turn up with like a paper bag from Woolworths instead of a briefcase?
No, sometimes a lot of lawyers don't even bother using them. They just walk around with the files and the papers under the arm. I can't stand it. They do it.
I see. The low class ones. The ones who went to
but to tell you the honest truth, it makes a difference. If you go to a meeting and you go to a mediation or something like that, and you're dealing with people on the other side, the opposition, if you're dressed well and you've got nice things and you've got a nice pen, there's something about it. It's
I feel like it's the watch. It's like the penis extender.
It's a domination thing.
It's a testosterone. What do you but does it work against a female lawyer?
No, yeah, it does.
you out testosterone her?
It's this. It's like, okay, if you're so smart, how come you can't afford a nice pen and a nice watch and you're a lawyer?
What if she's got a Mont Blanc pen and a Cartier watch?
Oh, that's okay.
And what if she's wearing Donna Karan?
Oh, it depends if it's the new Donna Karan or the old stuff. The old stuff's good.
Pre or post Donna.
That's right. Yeah. No, it does make a difference. It also makes a difference for a client. If you're going to be paying big money an hour for somebody, you're not going to turn up and I'm going to be dressed like this, right?
Why not? It's like, you know what? This is. I got a very, very funny mental idea of what wealth is. And I got this from one of my partners, super wealthy guy. He's deceased now, but he was worth, I don't know, I would say probably his net worth would have been in the $40-50 million range. And I don't think the man even owned a pair of socks. And what he said, and I one time teased him about the socks, and he goes, My thing is cheap airfare. I'll wait in an airport 5 hours to just get cheaper airfare than you. He goes, but really the true measure of wealth is I wear what I want, and all the guys in suits, they come to see me, and they're on the other side of the desk trying to sell me.
Absolutely.
And I've always kind of felt that way because he and I had the same dress. You know, I like a pair of socks, you know, because my feet get cold. But other than that, Al Hoffman and I, we had the exact same approach, you know, towards wardrobing. And
I know, but Mark, what it is it's a little bit different here in Australia. We've got the same as the English system, and lawyers don't turn up lawyering.
Oh, you'd have to
looking like shit. You know what I mean? It's a very formal environment. You know,
even Clyde Anderson, no doubt, wears wears the Oklahoma equivalent of the Sears, you know, men's suit.
Yeah. I mean, don't let me now. I get on this thing with you guys, and I'm extremely informal, you know. But in work mode, it's not like that. You know, obviously.
You know, did you ever think about wearing your dress army uniform into the courtroom?
I did once.
In a display of raw masculinity.
No, I couldn't help it. I'm actually not supposed to, and I had to do it. I was forced to do it. There was something that came on urgently on the court list, and I was on my way to an army base here in Sydney, which I was due to be at, and I had to go back because this urgent thing was on, and I had to go in there and excuse myself basically, and I was in full uniform at the bar table.
You know, like M16 strapped on.
No, not quite like that.
Sidearm,
a camo on the face and stuff. None of that shit.
We got Crown Gold, $5. Chief Tit, of course the pen has pens have to stay. We all know why. How else will you finish?
Yeah, you know what he means by that, don't you? The dirty bastard. Because yesterday you were saying I should do something in particular with a fat Mont Blanc, remember?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's the equivalent of the
Crown Gold. I'm going to get you back one day. You know that, don't you? I want to get you back. I'm remembering. I've got a little book.
You should see some Dunhill fountain pens. They are so cheap on eBay.
Yeah, unbelievable. Hold on a second.
Yeah, eBay, fantastic. Because they were such a good fountain pen. Hey, Marky, you're not into fountain pens, are you?
Nope. You've asked me this many times.
You're not into watch boxes either. I wish you were into watch boxes. You know what I'm saying?
I want the money in the watch, not in the box.
That's so beautiful. Dunhill, yes.
Yeah, look at mine. Mine's got a little flash of orange.
When did you buy that, Chief Tit?
Years ago, I bought it for my dad because it sort of it went with his lighter, which was that same sort of
the barley. Yes, yeah.
You know, so I wanted him to have the set, so I gave it to him, and he said to me, "Look, I'm never using this." He said, "Just take it and use it yourself." So I put it in the collection
because you can't chew it. You know what? I get nervous. I can chew on mine. I can turn it into a toothpick. Yours is not a multifunction tool. This is a multifunction tool.
Yeah, no. So he didn't really. He appreciated it, loved it.
Special links. You know, there's a tube. Did you know you and your boxes and boxes of special links? There's a little. See this little cap here? If I pick it off, there's a little tube of ink in there. Comes with.
Look what he's telling us about our pens. Listen to what he's saying. That's a slide against you as well, you know.
Comes with.
Look, I tell you, I really do think, I like writing. I do like writing. I like pens.
Yeah. Chief Tit, do you have a favorite nib?
Have you seen that little the Cartier pens that used to be around in the 70s and 80s? The ones with they had the triple, you know how the triple
rose gold, white gold, yellow gold. The Trinity.
Yeah, that's right. I'll show you the little pen that goes with that. Hold on.
Because I feel like the word nib in and of itself is homosexual in nature. Like the word nib. You know, for the punters who don't know, the nib would be on a fountain pen would replace the tip. Show us your nib.
This is it here. And it was they had this funny sort of rectangular almost shape, and it was a tiny little pen like that.
Yeah.
And you press this button here, you press the top, and this thing lifts up so you can put it into your shirt, you see?
Oh, wow, that's so clever. I love that.
And you see it's got the triple ring at the top there, Arch, with the three colours of gold.
Yes.
Cool.
See, it's such a shame, you know, like pens. I loved a good pen. I had, you know, when I started working and earning some money, I bought my Rolex when I was 18. Actually, I was so naive. I got an American Express green card. And I didn't realize you had to pay the bastard off every month. I thought, what the fuck? What? What?
He's still paying it off.
I mean,
how old were you when you got that?
I was
Did you
18.
You got a credit card when you were 18?
Yeah, I was working. And I remember, but I got to tell you, so I got my Rolex. I then got a Mont Blanc fountain pen, Mont Blanc pencil, and a roller ball. I had 3. And I remember looking at these briefcases. You talk about these I remember Louis Vuitton briefcases. They were that briefcase you've got. I remember when I was looking at them, it was the green color. That was the first color of the tiger.
Yep.
And they were $4,000.
Yeah.
Right, in the 90s, $4,000. Let's put that into perspective. That's like about 10,000 today. I thought, oh fuck, that's expensive.
Yeah,
I could never bring myself to actually buy one.
Yeah,
like years later, I bought them secondhand, but I could never. They were just so dear. And I remember looking once, thinking if I claim it duty free, maybe I could buy one duty free if I travel. It was still fucking expensive.
Absolutely.
And, Thomas Burnett, we got a super chat here, £2. JLC Master Control Date Sector Dial or Omega CK859.
Which Omega is there?
That's the sector dial. That's the one that's on the strap. I'm going to call it up. Let's just bring it up on the screen here. I'm going to bring this up.
Those JLCs
really
are
time to
surprisingly
go,
well
but
priced.
thank you, Thomas. I do thank you for bringing these discussion up. So the Omega, that's similar to the one that CK859. That's the sector dial. Look at this. I love that tan strap. Look at the tan strap there. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. And if we compare that JLC Master Control Date Sector, bring that up. This is actually a beautiful, I got to tell you, which one do I prefer? You know what? I think, I'll be honest with you, the Omega is more, I love that caramel, but the JLC is a better watch. They're both beautiful. I would look for the second-hand bargain, Thomas. What is the second-hand bargain there? That's what I would do.
If they're the same money, which one would you go for?
For me,
JLC,
I like both of them. I'd probably, I like the JLC is a better movement, better company, right? But I love the Omega with that caramel strap, because I don't like putting on aftermarket straps. I like to have original straps with them. So, guys, it's been a great show today. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's thank our super chatters on the show now. We had Frank V, Davey Smalls, The Unseen Report, William Gaudrian, Pickled Pickle, Davey Smalls. We had William Gaudrian, Black Cat 997, Rich Mitch, Black Cat 997, Matthew Moore, Jefferson Exotic, Memovox, Black Cat 997, Black Cat 997, The Undertaker, where he's got the Undertaker has the solid gold. You can see his avatar, solid gold bluesy, Crown Gold, Thomas Burnett. Guys, that's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming on, Marky. Thank you, Chief Tit.
Archie, thank you very much for your help in getting for your advice to get the bluesy as well.
Man, long as you got it, wear it in good health. That's a Jewish thing to say, isn't it, Marky? Wear it in good health. Isn't that what they say?
We do say that. I thought everybody
wear it
said.
in good health. And we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Boy.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
I just got to find the ending
button.
video.
Push the button.
Push the button. Hi, guys. It's Archie Luxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW.